What if the most radical thing you could do right now is simply pause? Because that's exactly what my 96-year-old grandma Ruby taught me from beyond the veil, appearing as a cardinal on a gray Friday morning when I needed her message most. Welcome to the Manifest and Chill podcast. I'm your host, Tracy Ftacek, where we dive in each week to chat about how high-achieving women can release the need to be perfect and find peace, drop the hustle without giving up their ambitions, and manifest the life they truly desire. I'm a certified manifestation and visualization coach with a rich and exhausting background as a serial entrepreneur and tech founder who is obsessed with teaching women how to manifest the life they desire and chill the fuck out in the process. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Tracy, and today I need to share something deeply personal that happened just last week. A moment that completely shifted how I think about showing up, productivity, and what it really means to honor ourselves when life gets heavy. This story is for every high-performing woman who's been told that consistency means showing up no matter what, even when your soul is asking for space. Especially if you're listening to this while running on empty, wondering why the work that used to light you up now feels like you're moving through mud. Let's get going. Friday morning, I'm sitting with my phone about to post on social media. You know that routine, right? The endless content creation, the need to stay visible, to keep the momentum going. I looked up from my screen and there he was, a red cardinal, perched on our neighbor's fence, bold and beautiful, and against that gray morning sky. We stared at each other for maybe 5 minutes. This magnificent bird and me, with my phone in my hand, caught in this moment that felt sacred. And I felt it immediately. That was her, that was Grandma Ruby. My intuition spoke so clearly, it was like she was sitting next to me. Stop everything. Take a moment. Give yourself the grace and space. You don't need to keep up with your regular pace. I put my phone down and I stopped. Last Thursday, my 96-year-old Grandma Ruby passed away. She was our family's matriarch. This incredible woman who held us all together with her strength and love. I should have felt something profound, right? The deep grief, the tears, the overwhelming sadness that comes with losing someone so important. Instead, complete numbness. No tears, no traditional grief emotions, just this. Disconnection from myself that had been building all week long. Conversations were falling flat. I felt uninspired and exhausted, like I was moving through life in slow motion. Everything felt heavy and dull. We'd known for 9 months that dementia was taking Grandma from us, quickly. The tears had already been shed during those long months of watching her fade. But this numbness, this wasn't grief, this was me, completely untethered from who I am. Here's the old thing. Old Tracy from 10 years ago would have pushed through anyway. I had social media posts scheduled, equal email sequences ready to go, a retreat to fill, a breathwork class launching in the next week. The world expects us to show up, right? Even when we're breaking. That's what we're taught as high-performing women. Consistency above all else. Show up no matter what. Your audience is waiting. Your business depends on it. But I've spent years recoding my DNA and rewriting how I choose to show up in the world. And Grandma Ruby showing up as that cardinal, interrupting my social media post with her message, that was my permission slip. Here's what I've learned working with hundreds upon hundreds of high-achieving women. The cost of not pushing isn't just exhaustion. It's making decisions from depletion that we have to clean up later. It's showing up so disconnected from ourselves that our work lacks the magic that made us successful in the first place. It's burning through our most precious resource, our intuition, because we're too busy to listen to it. I've watched brilliant women create content that falls flat, launch programs that don't convert, and make business decisions they later regret, all because they were operating from that numb, disconnected place I found myself in. Your body is probably screaming at you right now. Maybe it's the tension in your shoulders that never goes away. Maybe it's waking up tired no matter how much sleep you get. Maybe it's that constant low-level anxiety that feels normal now. High achievers are masters at overriding these signals. We've been rewarded for pushing through, for being the one who can handle it all. There are actual awards given based solely on pushing when we believe we can't. I've got a bookcase full of them from when I owned my beauty tech company. But your body isn't trying to slow you down. It's trying to save you from making decisions that will cost you later. So I made a decision that went against every productivity rule in the book. I paused. Everything. Complete social media silence. No emails, no marketing, nothing. For 5 days, I had to choose this pause over and over again. Every morning, I woke up and had to actively decide to honor what my soul needed instead of what my business should do. I doubled down on what I teach, meditation twice daily, listening to my own guided practices, slow movement yoga, nourishing my body with intention, very minimal conversations, just space. Because here's what I knew in my bones. Showing up from that heavy, numb place would betray everything I've built. My business is rooted in pleasure, enjoyment, and ease. Posting from grief and disconnection, that emotional residue would have made everything fall flat. My audience would have felt it. I would have felt it. The transformation wasn't immediate. It was daily. It was intentional. It was sacred. I need you to hear this. Taking time to pause isn't selfish. It's strategic. Every moment you spend reconnecting with yourself is an investment in better decisions, clearer vision, and work that actually moves the needle instead of just keeping you busy. The woman who pauses to realign creates more impact in one focused action than the woman who's been grinding for months from a disconnected place. You're not falling behind when you pause. You're getting ahead of the breakdown that's coming if you don't. And what did Grandma Ruby's cardinal message give me? Peace. The deep knowing that showing up or not showing up doesn't really matter. Not in the way the world tells us it matters. For 5 days, I practiced radical self-care. I honored my internal rhythm over external expectations. I chose healing over hustle. And you know what happened? The world didn't end. My business didn't collapse. My audience didn't disappear. Instead, I came back to myself. I came back to my center. I came back to the woman who teaches other women to trust their intuition and honor their needs. I came back whole. Because here's the truth nobody talks about. That client I mentioned in one of my previous episodes, the one who called our work a dream experience but just chose to walk away, she didn't leave because she couldn't afford it. She left because she was so burnt out, so disconnected from her own value that she couldn't see the transformation happening right in front of her. Burnout doesn't just steal your energy. It steals your ability to recognize and receive the very things you've been working towards. How many opportunities have you missed because you were too depleted to recognize them? How many brilliant ideas have you dismissed because you didn't trust your exhausted judgment? How many connections have you failed to make because you were operating from that numb, disconnected place? The cost of not pausing isn't just personal, it's professional, it's financial. It's the difference between building a business that sustains you and building one that drains you. If you're a high-performing woman listening to this, the one overbooking herself, doing everything because if I don't do it, I won't get done right, this is for you. You have permission to make decisions intuitively, not from external pressure and expectations. You have permission to pause when your soul needs space. You have permission to honor your healing over hustle. We've been conditioned to believe that consistency means showing up no matter what, that taking time off means we're weak, uncommitted, or unprofessional. But what if the most professional thing you could do is show up as your whole integrated self instead of a fragmented version running on empty? Grandma Ruby's cardinal reminded me this, and I'm here to remind you that the most powerful thing you can do is practice what you teach, especially when life gets heavy. That's the kind of space we're creating at our Manifest and Breathe retreat, November 10th in Tulum, Mexico. A place where high-achieving women can step away from the constant pressure to produce and perform and instead reconnect with their intuition, their pleasure, their authentic rhythm. Because sometimes the most radical thing you can do is simply pause. To trust that your worth isn't tied to your productivity. To remember that your business can thrive when you're thriving, not when you're pushing through numbness and disconnection. Before we close, I want to give you a practical tool. The same process that I used during those 5 days of pause every morning, and I call it the permission to pause check-in. So step 1 is going to be your body wisdom check. Let's do it right now. Stop what you're doing right now and take 3 deep breaths. Place your hand on your heart and ask yourself, what is my body telling me right now? Your body is probably screaming at you right now. Maybe it's the tension in your shoulders that never goes away. Maybe it's waking up tired no matter how much sleep you get. Maybe it's the constant low level anxiety that feels normal now. High achievers are masters at overriding these signals. We've been rewarded for pushing through, for being the one who can handle it all, but your body isn't trying to slow you down. It's trying to save you from making decisions that will cost you later. So, as you sit here, are you feeling heavy, disconnected, running on empty, or are you feeling energized, aligned, and ready to engage? Your body holds so much wisdom. It knows when you need to push forward and it knows when you need to pull back. But we have to actually listen. Ready for step 2? This is the intuitive permission slip. Ask yourself this question. If I gave myself complete permission to honor what I need right now, what would I choose? Not what you should choose, not what's expected, not what's on your calendar or to-do list. What would you choose if you trusted that honoring your needs is actually the most productive thing you can do? Maybe it's taking a walk. Maybe it's canceling that meeting. Maybe it's posting less on social media. Maybe it's saying no to that opportunity that doesn't feel aligned. Trust the first answer that comes up. That's your intuition speaking. Now, step 3, the sacred boundary. This isn't about taking action. It's about protecting the space you've just created. Take one small action in the direction of what you need. Just one. If you need rest, lay down for 10 minutes. If you need movement, step outside. If you need silence, turn off your phone. But here's the key part. Say no to the next thing that doesn't feel aligned. Cancel the meeting that's draining your energy. Stop checking your phone every 5 minutes. High achievers think boundaries are walls that keep opportunities out. My friend, boundaries are actually filters that let the right opportunities in while keeping the energy drains out. But here's the key. Do it without guilt. Do it with the same dedication you bring to serving others. Because when you honor your own needs, you're modeling for every other woman in your life that it's safe to do the same. Remember, Grandma Ruby didn't appear as that cardinal to tell me to push harder. She appeared to remind me that pausing is sacred, that honoring our rhythm is revolutionary. Your cardinal moment might look different than mine. Maybe it's not a bird on a fence. Maybe it's your body saying enough, or your intuition whispering, not yet, or your heart asking for space to process. Whatever form it takes, I want you to know you have permission to listen. You have permission to pause. You have permission to choose your healing over hustle. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it. Share it with that friend who needs permission to slow down. Sisters see sisters. Leave a review telling me how you're going to use the permission to pause check-in. Reach out to me. DM me on Instagram. It's where I hang. I'd love to hear how you feel after you do these 3 steps. And if you're ready to experience this kind of sacred pause and community with other high-achieving women, join us in Tulum this November. Sometimes we need to physically step away from our regular environment to remember who we are beneath all the doing. Check the notes at the bottom in this episode for the link to take a look or reach out. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for being willing to honor what your soul needs. I'll see you next week. And remember, the most radical thing you can do is trust yourself enough to pause.